This is the biography of Hugh Hefner, the founder of Playboy magazine. This is a history of the magazine and all of the famous movie actresses that have posed on the illustrious pages. There is death, danger and sex scandals associated with the magazine and the women who flaunt themselves in it. Some of the women who posed for Playboy magazine became more famous while others became more infamous. A list of famous actresses who have posed nude in Playboy photo shoot are Linsey Lohan, Reid, Madonna, Kim Kardashian, Pamela Anderson, Kate Moss, Naomi Campbell, Latoya Jackson, Robin Givens, Vanessa Williams, Drew Barrymore, Sharon Stone, Carmen Electra, McCarthy, and of course Marilyn Monroe posed, although it was a calendar picture from many years previous. In January 1952, Hefner left his job as a copywriter for Esquire after he was denied a $5 raise. In 1953, he took out a mortgage loan of $600 and raised $8,000 from 45 investors, including $1,000 from his mother, not because she believed in the venture, he told E! in 2006, but because she believed in her son, to launch Playboy, which was initially going to be called Stag Party. The first issue was published in December 1953 and featured Marilyn Monroe from a 1949 nude calendar shoot she did under a pseudonym. That first issue sold more than 50,000 copies, but Monroe was not paid by Playboy or Hefner for the photos. Hefner never met Monroe, but he bought the crypt next to hers at the Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery in 1992 for $75,000. Esquire magazine rejected Charles Beaumont's science fiction story The Crooked Man in 1955, so Hefner agreed to publish it in Playboy. The story highlighted straight men being persecuted in a world where homosexuality. Esquire magazine rejected Charles Beaumont's science fiction story The Crooked Man in 1955, so Hefner agreed to publish it in Playboy. The story highlighted straight men being persecuted in a world where homosexuality was the norm. The magazine received angry letters, so Hefner responded, "If it was wrong to persecute heterosexuals in a homosexual society, then the reverse was wrong, too." In 1961, Hefner watched Dick Gregory perform at the Herman Roberts Show Bar in Chicago, and he hired Gregory to work at the Chicago Playboy Club. Gregory attributed the launch of his career to that night. Hefner promoted a bon vivant lifestyle in his magazine and in the television shows that he hosted Playboy's Penthouse, 1959 to 1960, and Playboy After Dark, 1969 to 1970. He was also the chief creative officer of Playboy Enterprises, the publishing group which operates the magazine. In the 1960s and 1963, Hefner was arrested racially diverse. During the after he published the issue in 1966, Hefner sent Alex Haley to interview American Nazi Party founder George Lincoln Rockwell, much to Rockwell's shock because Haley was black. Rockwell agreed to meet with Haley only after gaining assurance that he was not Jewish, although Rockwell kept a handgun on the table throughout the interview. News, The Next Generations, 1979, the interview was recreated with James Earl Jones as Haley and Marlon Brando as Rockwell. Haley had also interviewed Malcolm X in 1963 and Martin Luther King Jr. in 1966 for the newly established 1962 Playboy interview. 1970, Hefner stated that militant feminists are unalterably opposed to the romantic boy-girl society that Playboy promotes and ordered an article in his magazine against them in his later years. Hefner stardomed, but he remained a well-known personality, often appearing in cameo roles. In the 1993 The Sim, Brigitte Berman's documentary Hugh Hefner, Playboy, Activist and Rebel was released on July 30, 2010. He had previously granted full access to documentary filmmaker and television producer Kevin Burns for the A&E biography special Hugh Hefner, American Playboy in 1996. Hefner and Burns later collaborated on numerous other television projects, most notably on The Girls Next Door, a reality series that ran for 6 seasons, 2005 to 2009, and 90 episodes. Hefner also made a voice-only appearance as himself in the 2011 film Hawk. In 2012, Hefner announced that his youngest son Cooper would succeed him as the public face of Playboy. Hefner was known to friends and family simply as F. He married Northwestern University student Mildred Williams in 1949. They had a daughter named Christy, born 1952, and a son, David, born 1955. Before the wedding, Mildred confessed that she'd had an affair while he was away in the army. He called the admission the most devastating moment of Hefner remade himself as a bon vivant and man about town, a lifestyle that he promoted in his magazine and TV shows. He admitted to being involved with maybe 11 out of 12 months worth of playmates during some years. Donna Michelle, Marilyn Cole, Lillian Laura, Shannon Tweed, Barbie Benton, Karen Christie, Sandra Theodore, and Carrie Lee were a few of his many lovers. Lee filed a $35 million palimony suit against his wife in 1971. He acknowledged that he experimented in bisexuality. Also in 1971, he established a second residence in Los Angeles with the acquisition of Playboy Mansion West, and moved there permanently from Chicago in 1975. On March 7, 1985, Hefner had a minor stroke at age 58, whereupon he reevaluated his lifestyle, making several changes. He turned down the wild, all-night parties, and his daughter Christy took over the operation of Playboy's commercial operations in 1928. The following year, he married Playmate of the Year Kimberly Conrad. Hefner became known for moving an ever-changing coterie of young women into the Playboy mansion, including twins Mandy and Sandy Bentley. He dated as many as 7 women concurrently. He also dated Fran Roderick, Isabella St. James, Tina Marie Jordan, Holly Madison, Bridget Marquardt, and Kendra Wilkinson. Madison, Wilkinson, and Marquardt appeared on The Girls Next Door depicting their lives at the Playboy Mansion. In October 2008, all 3 of them decided to leave the mansion. In January 2009, Hefner began a relationship with Crystal Harris. She joined the Shannon twins after his previous #1 girlfriend Holly Madison had ended their 7-year relationship. On December 24, 2010, they became engaged to Harris, 56, but she broke off their engagement on June 14, 2011, 5 days before their planned wedding. The July issue of Playboy reached store shelves and customers' homes within days of the wedding night. It featured Harris on the cover, and in a photo spread, of flaming candidates, and may be eligible for a finder's fee if their model is selected. In addition, casting calls were held regularly in major U.S. cities to offer opportunities for women to test for Playboy. Until just prior to the death of Hugh Hefner, the person who selected each Playmate of the Month, every Playmate of the Year, taking into account an annual reader's poll. The final Playmate of the Month was published digitally in December 2020. Playboy also ended the Playmate of the Year title in 2020, instead of awarding all 2019 Playmates the shared title of Playmates of the Year. All 2020 Playmates were given yearbook superlatives rather than a promoted title. In 2021, Playboy digitally published 2 quarterly Playmates. No Playmates have been published since Mrs. Spring 2021. According to Playboy, there is no such thing as a former Playmate because once a Playmate, always a Playmate. Marilyn Monroe, who was featured in the first issue, was the only one to appear as Sweetheart of the Month. The first modern model Playmate of the Month was Margaret Harrison, in January 1954, in the second issue of Playboy. Generally, a woman may appear only once as a Playmate, but in the early years of the magazine, some models were featured multiple times. Marilyn Waltz, February 1954, April 1954, April 1955. Her first appearance was as Margaret Scott, and Janet Pilgrim, July 1955, December 1955, and October 1956, a tie for the most appearances. Margie Harrison, January 1954, June 1954, and Marguerite Impey, May 1955, February 1956, are the only other women to appear more than once as Playmates. Playmates who attain fame for reasons in addition to their Playboy appearances include, with the date of their appearance, Pamela Anderson, February 1990, actress. Marina Baker, March 1987, journalist, children's book author, Mayor of Telscombe, East Sussex, England. Bibi Buell, November 1970. Celebrity Apprentice. Erica Leniak, July 1989, actress. Lindsay Lohan, October 2009, Miss Louisiana Teen USA 2008. Tiffany Fallon, December 2004, Miss Georgia USA 2001, model, actress and Celebrity Apprentice contestant. Lena Forson, November 1972, her image would later become a ubiquitous standard test image in the field of digital image processing, where the image is known as Lena. Claudia Jones, November 1969, actress. Scarlet Key. The Playboy Club was initially a chain of nightclubs and resorts owned and operated by Playboy Enterprises. The first Playboy Club opened in Chicago in 1960. Each club generally featured a living room, a playmate bar, a dining room, and a club room. Members and their guests were served food and drinks by Playboy bunnies, some of whom were featured in Playboy magazine. The clubs offered main entertainers and comedians in the club rooms, and local musicians and the occasional close-up magician in the living rooms. Starting with the London and Jamaica club locations, the Playboy Club became international in scope. In 1991, the club chain became defunct. Thereafter, on October 6, 2006, a Playboy Club was opened in Las Vegas at the Palms Casino Resort, and in 2010 clubs were opened as well in Macau and Cancun. In time, the Las Vegas Club closed on June 4, 2012, the Macau Club closed in 2013, and the Cancun Club closed in 2014. In May 2014, the Commerce Casino in Los. The first club opened at 116 East Walton Street in downtown Chicago, Illinois, United States, on February 29, 1960. The opening act for comedian Dick Gregory and then 17-year-old son, Aretha Franklin. Chicago Just pianist, Sandra Stefano, was the musical director. It relocated to Clark and Armitage in Lincoln Park in 1980 and closed in June 1986. Over the next 2 decades, over 2 dozen clubs have been established across the United States. There was also a Playboy Club in Montreal, Canada. Playboy clubs operated in Japan, under a franchise arrangement, in Tokyo, Osaka, Nikola, and Sapporo. There were Playboy Club resorts in Cherry Geneva, Lake George at McCarthy, New Jersey, and at Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, as well as club hotels such as the Playboy Plaza in Miami Beach, Florida, and Playboy Towers in Chicago. The last American location before Playboy Club Las Vegas opened was Lansing, Michigan, located in the Hilton Hotel, which closed in July 1988. International clubs exist